And welcome to the CharCole Sports Show with the 9th edition now, Cole. I have been keeping tally.
8 or 9, yeah, I think.
I think so. It's been a good time so far through our first 9, and we're looking to make it a few more, if you will, through our practicum hours, and hopefully we can continue doing this even past practicum, Cole. This is a fun little show we got going on. Hopefully
it is.
Build a nice following and really talk about sports across the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. Cole, you mentioned it. We're going to talk about playoff football for 4 of the 7 classes of South Dakota high school football. They start tomorrow. Cole and I are both going to be doing a game. You'll be doing a regular season game, and I'll be doing a playoff game somewhere, which you'd think that you would know where you're going by this time, but you want to kill that. You want to kill that music. That'd be great. Thank you.
There you go.
But I don't know, Cole. And we can talk about the Vikings here in just a minute. But it's really getting down to that crunch time. I mean, Pheasant Opener is this weekend. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I'll tell you what, Cole. It feels like it's about time to start playing playoff football right now. The weather's turning. I mean, it rained today and it is cold.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. I mean, it just, right now it feels like playoff football weather. Usually right about this time, it's either 80 degrees or about 20 degrees. Right now, we're kind of in the middle. It's supposed to kind of warm up a little bit.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird for first-round playoffs. Usually, you have to travel all the way across the state, and it's freezing. So, it's kind of you give and take, I guess. But
you give and take.
A little lucky with some weather, I guess. But like you said, there's nothing quite like playoff football.
Absolutely. It's something super special, especially in South Dakota. I mean, as you mentioned, sometimes you have to travel all the way across the state. And, Cole, you legitimately, you have a team, and we'll talk about them, that is going to go right back to where they played last week. They had to get on the bus and go a long ways last week and do it again after beating them. So that'll be something we can talk about in just a bit, too. And in a tweet that I saw of an unnamed source that I know you liked, that we'll talk about in a little bit as well. But Cole, let's get into it. Professional sports right away. Happens to be football. The NBA season did start as well, but it's its own thing. We'll get to that when we get to that. We're kind of football people right now.
Yeah, it's all football season right now until after high school ends. Then we got college to focus on. How likely are you to recommend ESPN Plus to a friend or colleague? I don't think you want to know my thoughts on that.
I had to buy ESPN Plus to watch the Yotes game. Speaking of that, we'll get into that. But what? They're winning.
I know. We'll get to that probably in a little bit. But
they're winning games that, they were supposed to win that. But if you'd have told me before the season, I chalked that game up as a loss.
Yeah, before the season, I think we both did.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go back to that episode, actually. I want to find out what we said, because I know, I'm like, we're going to win, what, 2,
I could
3
probably
games?
pull it up right now if I needed to.
Honestly. But
because like we're mentioning, all of our episodes podcastable, Apple Podcast or on Spotify as well.
I did listen to our last week episode on the way up to the Twin Cities this weekend, and I thought we sounded pretty decent. The audio is coming through decent. You don't hear the cackling in our headphones that we hear.
I'm glad, because it's been 4 minutes of it so far, and it's getting old.
Yeah, you're gonna really like that here in about 10 minutes when it's still going. But I don't know, Cole. But no, the audio is coming through, and we appreciate all of you. Cole, you had a notification the other day that said we have how many downloads?
Over 25. I think we're up to about 35 downloads through all the episodes right now.
That's crazy. Just for just getting started, that's pretty good.
We had 10 last week.
I was one.
I was probably one as well.
But still, that's 8 other people.
Actually, exactly.
That are attempting to listen to us, and we appreciate you, all of you, listening to this. So, Cole, let's get into it. Professional sports, and particularly the Vikings, they got things done on Sunday. It wasn't pretty, and a big man by the name of Marcus Davenport was out and officially placed on injured reserve this morning.
Unreal.
Nutty. But he's a really good football player, just cannot stay healthy.
It's unreal with him. If he was able to stay healthy all the time, we'd be having a completely different conversation right now, I think, because this defense is in a different spot with him out there on the field.
Absolutely. Teams are scared to go, his direction. He's a run stopper, too. Not just a pass rusher, and that's huge. But Cole, just so much has changed with that. You know, you bring him to injured reserve, which means at least 4 weeks. It's a high ankle sprain, so you say, 6 weeks usually?
Yeah, probably. I think 6 to 8 is what.
You have two of your premier players in Davenport and Jefferson now out for Jefferson 3 more weeks. And,
for sure.
Right, for sure. And then they're going to reevaluate. But Cole, I mean, this team lost a lot, and they got rid of Gaskin. No, a team signed Gaskin, and then they elevated Kene Wongwu to the actual team, and it's been a weird week for the Vikings, especially. And they didn't have practice today. They didn't practice
because they play on Monday.
I know.
So they just basically pushed everything back a week, and Wednesday's their day off this week, I guess. I don't know.
And the team that we play next week, and we'll get into that, is banged up as well, so maybe that takes account. But, I mean, it just seems a little odd we didn't practice. I mean, send your boys out there, and your record's not great. You gotta get out there and get a little bit better. I mean, it's the NFL.
Right, but I think I don't know why I'm monkeying with a microphone so much. It just cannot find a good spot to sit. Stay there, would you please? I think it makes sense because, you know, your game's a day back. You push everything back. If it's a Thursday game, you push everything forward again. So I think it's just regular schedule that you might follow if you're the Vikings. I don't think you can look into it too much.
No, and I guess it's neither here nor there, but
right.
It's just interesting, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about last week. They got it. I'm not going to say they took care of business, but they just did enough to get by on Sunday.
Yeah, it was, and I saw a couple tweets that said, you know, it's looking like neither team wants to win this game right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just jockeying for draft position or what, but yeah, the Vikings defeat the Bears 19-13. Go through the scoring summary. Vikings kicked things off with a 53-yard field goal in the first quarter. Bears responded in the second quarter with a 22-yarder, which, I mean, if you're that close, why would you not go for it? That's a discussion for not here. Vikings field goal, 51 yards, makes it 6-3. 53-yard field goal from the Bears makes it 6-6. And Jordan Addison, 10-yard touchdown pass, caught with 12 seconds to go. PAT was blocked. 12-6 going into halftime. Third quarter, there was not much going on except Jordan Hicks, 42-yard fumble return for the touchdown. It also looked like Kirk Cousins was trying to give the Bears the ball a couple times.
Cam Akers cannot physically pick up the ball.
Well,
neither here nor there.
Right, neither here nor there, because we got to get moving. But, 42-yard fumble return makes it 19-6, and a 1-yard touchdown run with 7:46 to go in the fourth made it 19-13, and that's how it rounded everything out. Kirk Cousins, 21 for 31, 181, and a touchdown. Rushing for the Minnesota Vikings, 22 rushes for 46 yards. Not good.
No good.
For the Bears, Justin Fields went out. He finished 6 for 10, 58, and a touchdown. Tyson Bagent, I don't remember how they said it. Undrafted from a D2 college. 10 for 14, 83. I mean, he looked like a halfway decent quarterback.
For a bit, and then he threw that pick to Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could have made that play.
Right. And that thing came out of his hand sideways. I mean, that was a duck. They even said on the broadcast.
They did.
Said, and he throws, it's a duck, and picked off. I was like,
you can't say that.
It's like, I don't know if you can say that, but here you go. Bears rushing, 36 carries, 162, and a touchdown. Oh, sorry. There was no touchdowns passing, by the way, for Chicago. Those are interceptions. My fault.
Right.
Yeah.
And big news out of that one. Fields, it was so funny. So right away on the TV broadcast, the announcer said that Fields was dealing with a back injury. And then the Vikings, I guess, announcers said that it was a neck injury. And then the Vikings announcers then said it was a left arm injury. And then the TV announcer said it was a right arm injury. And then finally they said it was a wrist injury. And then turns out Fields doesn't come back in the game, and we find out it's a thumb injury.
Yeah.
that was the official thing.
I don't understand how – I don't know if they're just not getting fed the right information, but what in the world are you got going on that you said he's got 7 different injuries? And it's like, oh, he's got a thumb injury.
I thought that was so funny. Oh, man, that was hilarious. I listened to PA on the mic for a bit and Vikings
GOAT.
radio. He is the GOAT, no question. He'll be the best to ever do it. But I don't know, Cole. And Jordan Hicks, the NFC Player of the Week this week as well. You know, moving forward, the Bears are hosed at quarterback, not having Fields. You know, with that thumb issue is going to hurt a lot. I mean, I'm not a huge guy that wants to talk about the Bears, but the Vikings found a win, and I think they feel quite optimistic looking forward. But let's talk about the NFL as a whole before we get into that.
Yeah, we'll kind of buzz through them. There was not really a lot of interesting things that went on this week, in my opinion. Just going through the scores. I mean, the Browns upset the 49ers on 49ers missed a game-winning field goal at the end.
The 49ers gave that one away, and they're dealing with a ton of injuries.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They got a lot of injuries to deal with. Patriots are terrible. This is probably Bill Belichick's last year coaching.
Right.
Unless he can somehow deal away Mac Jones, then he might come back. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. The Jets upset the Eagles. Interesting score. And other than that, yeah, not a whole lot going on. A lot of uninteresting NFL games.
I will note quick, the Eagles' schedule moving forward is really, really tough.
Well, that's what you get for being the number one in the NFC last year.
Right. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Cole, we better mention it here. Our phone line.
Yeah, phone's not working.
Is not working.
We learned, Wednesday, last week, it wasn't working for them to call in. We figured it was just because they're from out of state trying to call in. Well, then I try it on Saturday when I'm in here running the board for the game, and I call it, and it hangs up on me about 8 times. I'm like, okay, it's broke. So
we said something yesterday at the meeting. But
yeah, we'll see how soon it gets, hopefully by next week.
That's the hope. There might be other things going on next week, too, that this place might be mayhem come about Tuesday night here.
Who knows? It'll be mayhem on Saturday and Sunday if they ever gets announced. But we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into Week 7 of the NFL slate. We have, no games overseas this week?
I do not believe so.
No, let me look.
No, because there's no early game Sunday, so they wouldn't. Also, Roger Goodell said that there's a high probability that London hosts a Super Bowl in the, quote, near future. Elaborate, please.
We talked about this yesterday, and if this happens, I mean, come on.
I mean, just a logistical nightmare for TV. I mean, if you play that game at 8 p.m.
Over there,
it's like 1 or 2 p.m. here.
I do want to figure this out.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is,
so
but it's something like that.
So they are 6 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, so 8 p.m. there is 2 p.m. here.
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern, 10 on the West Coast. A 10 a.m. Super Bowl for the L.A. crowd.
They could be in that Super Bowl.
Right. They're not going to the TV channels are not going to do that. That's going to drive the ratings going to be so far down it'll be unbelievable.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense logistically.
And I heard a take on this, and we can move on in a second because we got to talk about the Coyotes and then playoff football. It's already 6:15 here.
Oh my gosh!
But one thing I heard was, you think about all these leagues, and they're trying to do this expanding because they need to expand. Like the guy I was listening to, KFAN Morning Show, used to be a big NASCAR guy. He said, if you ask a high-ranking NASCAR official right now, you'll say, they expanded too quickly and it blew up in their face. The NFL does not need to expand. If you want to relocate Jacksonville because they don't want them there anymore, go ahead. But that's
it. I mean, that's the only.
Financially, TV-wise, you're making so much money on these deals. There is no reason for you to need to expand. And he's saying that if it goes over there, you get a chance of splitting off half of your American crowd because they don't want to watch a Super Bowl at noon.
Right. But you would get the crowd from overseas.
My thing is, that crowd from overseas, I know there's a lot of people over there. It cannot be that big. It's the wrong type of football for them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And they got So they got soccer or football. They got cricket. They have all these other sports that are playing all the time.
Squash.
Rugby. I don't know what that is, but sure, squash. I mean, tennis is big over there.
It is.
They got all sorts of stuff. You're telling me how many of those people? Okay, we got to end on this. We got to move on. But after this question,
we got to go through week 8 or week 7 quick.
There's not a whole lot of interesting things going on week 8.
No.
How many people in those overseas stadiums do you think are from overseas, or do you think they're from America that flew over to watch the game there?
Yeah, and
half.
But there's no passionate fans. There's not going to be any fights over there. There's fights in our stadiums right now
every week. Well, because that Dov Kleiman guy keeps promoting them they're all this. Yeah. He's like, we need to stop this, but I'm going to let everybody see it.
Yeah, he's something.
Yeah, he is interesting.
We don't need to get on. Well, we will talk about him at some point in this show, but it won't be this week.
We've got a lot of stuff we could in the off season when everything's kind of dying down. This will be a 1-hour drama show.
Yeah, well, we'll just talk about the most random. We'll talk about Dov Kleiman, Ari. What's his last name? Ari Murnov?
Yeah, I know who you're talking. I can't remember his last name.
And anyways. Let's talk about football real quick. Saints-Jaguars probably will be a pretty good game tomorrow night. Unfortunately, Cole and I will not be able to watch at least the first part of it. Then Sunday, the slate real quick. Cole, stop me if you have anything. Browns-Colts, not really that great. Bills-Patriots, Bills should run them over. Bill Belichick needs to pull something together to save his job. Commies and Giants. Commanders, yes, Cole?
No, next one. Go to the next one, then I got to comment on it.
The Lions and the Ravens?
Yeah.
Oh.
How are the Ravens favored? The Lions they're possibly one of the best teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I know, but the Ravens are playing good ball, and they've only lost twice.
Remind me, pick of the week next week. Lions +3.
Okay.
Pick of the week this week. What am I talking about? It's this week.
Yeah.
There we go.
Raiders, Bears. That is going to be a terrible game. Falcons, Buccaneers. The spread's at Buccaneers -2.5. I like that a lot. Especially they're going to bounce back after the Lions game. Steelers, Rams. Rams favored by 3. I don't like that line at all. Cardinals, Seahawks. Seattle's favored by 8. I like it more. Packers, Broncos. That'll be a rough game on CBS.
Yeah.
Chargers and Chiefs. Have they played this year or no?
No, I don't think so. It just seems like one of those things where they probably think they have, but
and then Dolphins Eagles will be your Sunday night game, and that's going to be
a very good game.
Burner. That'll be I cannot wait.
Take the over. It's either going to be like a 40-30 game or like a 10-7 game.
12-10, yeah, final score. 49ers and Vikings on Monday. San Fran's favored by 7. I would take the Vikings, but every time I do that, they lose. So we're just going to stay away from that. Anyways, Cole, let's head to week 8 real quick. Or no, we did that. We're good.
We just did that. We're good. We got to move on.
Yeah.
It's time for KAOR Sports. These freaking headphones, man.
Nah, they're bad.
Yeah, all right. We're going to start with volleyball first.
The Yotes are winning games.
All over the place. So we're winning games here. 11-8. 5-3 in the Summit League, currently on a 1-game win streak. Since we last talked, they hosted St. Thomas in the pink game, beat them 3-0. On Saturday, they traveled to Kansas City, traveled to the number 1 team in the Summit League, the Kansas City Roos in volleyball. Lost 3-2. Tried coming back late, lost the final set 15-13, excuse me. And then just yesterday, they pulled off the reverse sweep against the Rabbits, won 3-2 in front of 2,400 fans.
That's pretty good.
That is a big attendance.
For the SESC, yeah, absolutely.
I think the record was last year, I think it was 28 when they hosted Louisville, the number 3 team in the
They could have pulled that
country.
off.
They could have, but it was a Tuesday game. I mean,
yeah.
What is the Summit League thinking scheduling USD SDSU on a Tuesday?
You at least put it on a Thursday.
Right. Thursday, that crowd's at 3,000, I think.
Yeah.
At least.
At least. We would have gone.
Yeah.
I know all of my friends would have gone.
Yeah, we would have. Next games for them, only one this week before we're going to talk to you next. They're going to host Omaha tomorrow at 6 p.m. because they're having a little trick-or-treat afterwards.
Are you attending?
What kind of question is that, Charlie?
Well, are you going to answer the question, yes or no?
No, I got a football game.
Oh.
Tomorrow is football playoffs, brother.
We'll go after.
Go after? Oh, my God. I cannot. I think you're doing something over there to mess with me now.
No, I'm serious.
All right, we're going to move on to football while he investigates that. Back on Saturday, USD took on number 20 Youngstown State. Defeated them 34-31. I had the box score up. I'm going to get that up in a second. They scored 3 in the first, 14 in the second, 14 in the third, and a walk-off field goal to win the game.
Cole, did you happen to know that it was Manufacturing Appreciation Day?
I don't believe I was ever told that, but I believe you brought that up last week, and I just kind of brushed over it.
Oh, that's something. Heath is calling me.
Yeah,
I kind of got to take this. Just give me a second here.
All right, we're just going to mute you, and I'm just going to ramble on here for a second. Yeah, taking care of some interesting business over there. Unreal. USD, Aiden Bauman, 24 for 29, 369, 3 touchdowns. Rushing, Travis Tice, 10 carries, 33, no touchdowns. He was injured for pretty much the whole second half, if I remember right. Charles Prien Jr., 10 carries, 26. And Keandre Jones, 3 carries for 40, including a 34-yard touchdown carry on a little end around that worked perfectly because it looked like on the broadcast he was about 5'2".
Yeah, he it was something for sure. Just got off the phone with Heath Nimke, and
did he forget what we do Wednesday at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, he didn't know what we were doing. So that just tells you how much support we get from him. But not the point. He said that I have a spot tomorrow, so I'll be doing a game tomorrow. So that'll be
there.
Good.
You go.
Anyways, so great news.
That's all. I got a spot too. Guess where? 50-yard line of the Dakota Dome, all the way up top.
All right, cool. Anywho,
Mitch Davidson for Youngstown State, 15 for 26, 3 touchdowns. Draw Rushton, 16 carries, 116. Tyshawn King, 10 carries, 40, and a 40. No touchdown. That's a loss. I just about said the next guy had 6 touchdowns. That wouldn't have made sense. Yeah, Will Leyland, walk-off field goal to win it. USD was a completely different offense in the second half, and it almost came back to bite them, but they got the win, and a win's a win. I cannot stand what those headphones are doing right now. I cannot stand it.
Oh, it's bad.
So I took them off. So I'm listening to you just based on the ears on my head. Anything else you want to mention about the game, Charles?
I mean, we looked really good in the first half, but then we played so conservative that we couldn't do anything. And we pulled it together at the end when we needed to. But when you play good teams, like really good teams, and I'm not saying that Youngstown State isn't a good team, but when you play really good teams, you're going to have to finish, that second half. And
yeah.
And it's weird because early in the season they were a first half team, and now they're a second half. They were a second half team in the first half of the season. Now they're a first half team. So they got to figure it out. But they're a really good team. I mean,
yeah, they are. They just looked completely different in the second half, and I will say that they can hear the headphone crackling very faintly. It's something with my microphone.
Is it really? Take this mic. Can you reach that over there?
I'm gonna have to because I think that's what's doing it is this microphone. I had a text saying that they can hear the headphone crackling every once in a while.
Really?
I wonder if it's a microphone connection.
So can Dad.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm going to switch microphones here. You talk for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just trying to Well, I got to get the other pair off it, too. Here, hold on. We're monkeying with some stuff here. Just give us a minute. There, take that. Yeah, pull on it pretty hard.
I got it.
All right. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. These Yotes are just like throw something throw something heavy on it. Here, take mine. Take all these. Hey, don't break it. There you go. Just put another one on there and you'd be perfect. Yeah, these Yotes are looking good, but they got to be able to pull together 4 quarters of football. They took care of business. 34-31. Will Leland took care of it at the end when they needed to. But, nope, be interesting to see what we do this week. We got Indiana State. Go to Indiana State. We cannot slip up this week, Cole. We cannot slip up this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest problem we're going to run into is if we start overlooking this team and focusing on next week, which, I mean, we should because they're good, but you cannot overlook anything, no matter what their record might say. You got to focus on 1 week at a time, no matter what.
Yeah, you have to be able to take care of business when you're supposed to. And so this week's big for multiple.
The headphones are getting worse, by the way.
Seriously?
Yeah,
let's just unplug them down there.
It is so bad right now.
Unplug them and then see if that's better. We're working on it, folks.
Well, now I don't hear anything, so.
Well, that is ideal. Cole.
Speak, please.
Yeah, hello. Check.
Yeah, I mean, you sound good. Now I just got to hold my microphone. Oh, nope, it's still there.
Serious?
What in the world could possibly be happening right now?
Did you turn that mic off?
Yes, it's off.
What if it's my mic?
I don't know. Maybe it is.
Turn my mic off. All right, then let me talk into that one.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, let me talk.
All right, hang on. Please hold, ladies and gentlemen.
You cannot tell me that we were the first ones to deal with this. How is it? Is it better now? Put your headphones on, would you?
I'm trying to find out which headphones are still plugged in.
We got 33 minutes of left of this. I mean, we got to pull it together.
Yeah, we got to make something work.
Yes, no, maybe so.
I don't hear it anymore.
No?
I got a text right now. It says, very bad on our end now. I don't hear anything right now. So maybe it is your microphone.
Okay, well, keep that off, and I guess I'll just hold it here.
Well, you want to stack these on it?
Yeah, sure. Give me those.
They're not plugged into anything, so. Yeah, like you said, I can't imagine that we're the first ones to have to deal with this. This received a text message that says, better now. I don't hear anything right now, so if you would please keep us updated, that would be great.
I'm about to wrap these things around here.
Would be great. Any final comments before we take a break and move on to high school? Or
no, I mean,
you sound
good.
completely different through that microphone.
Really?
Holy cow! Oh yeah.
Like better or worse?
I don't know. It's interesting.
Well, I kind of want to know how I hear.
Well, plug in one of those headphones.
Well, no, I don't want to cause the same issue. Anyways, here's the deal, Cole. Yotes got to win this week, and we'll talk. Are we going to talk about the thing that I'm thinking about right now? We're going to wait a little bit.
I don't care. What do you want to? Well, let's bring it on right now.
Let's do it right now. They have to win this week because, I mean, we don't know for sure, but I mean, the social media side of things are saying College Game Day, ESPN College Game Day, sponsored by Home Depot, is going to make their appearance here in Vermillion for the I-90 or I-29 showdown.
The Interstate Series.
The Interstate, that's what they call it this year. It was the South Dakota Showdown Series, I think, and they renamed it. Some new brand came in. And
somebody came in and sponsored it and
yep.
said, this is what you're going to name it.
Yep, and so that's what it is called officially. But Cole, you got to win this week, and the Jacks have to win this week. And, I mean, they'd be preferred if the Jacks didn't win this week. But
right. I think we all would.
Yeah. But that would mean College Game Day is coming to town. That wouldn't necessarily mean they're coming to town, but it would offer a better chance that they're going to come to town. So we hope that that's the case, and we really, really hope that they can show up. Cole, what's going on over there?
I'm trying to listen for noises.
Okay. They still say it's going on?
I think it's you monkeying with that cord over there. Set that down.
You don't think so, do you? I've been monkeying with the cord the whole day. Oh, my gosh, I never thought about that. Wait, see if it happens now.
Very faintly.
How about now?
No, nothing. I don't understand how it is so random and how it only happens with our show.
I don't know either. I mean...
Unless it happens on other shows. I don't know. I don't hear it. I think it's fine right now.
All right, I'll stop monkeying with the cord. I always fidget with that cord, but I don't know. Anyways. Okay, Dad says not anymore.
Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe that is the problem.
Keep monkeying with that cord.
Cole, if game day came, we've been to game day before. And
up in Brookings.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, let's move on here.
Should we break first? You just want to roll right through with it?
Let's just roll right through.
All right, it's fine with me. Move on to the high school playoffs. South Dakota, 9-man and 11B start their playoffs tomorrow. We might as well start off with Class 9B. We got an article linked if you want to open that up. I'm just going to pull up the whole schedule, run down through it, and we're going to say who's going to win, who's not. Because we were going to have, if the phones were working, we were going to have a phone call that came in here and asked us if we had to pick right now who's going to win these 4 brackets. So we might have to go through that in a second.
See, here's the deal, Cole. 9B is wide open. I mean,
literally, 12 teams could win this. Maybe not quite. That might be
no. I'm thinking maybe more.
Probably. I mean, it's quite possible. So we're going to start off with the top of the bracket.
Yeah, 12's about right, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Number 1 in seed points, Avon, 6-2. Number 16, Faith, is 1-7.
This game will be closer than I think people think.
Absolutely. I think Faith has not scored very many points this year, but they've had a tough schedule. Holy cow.
Yeah.
They played Hardin County, a decent Timber Lake team who's 500, Faulkton, Kadoka, and Stanley County.
Some really good teams.
Yeah, really good teams out
which
there.
are usually, based off of the teams you just mentioned, they're higher up in classification. So, you're going to get some good teams up there. I think Faith is
scary.
They are scary. I think Avon is definitely going to be concerned here. This, I think, is the most intriguing 1-16 matchup across the state this week.
Probably.
Just based off of Avon being a 6-2 team and not 8-0 or 7-1. But I do expect Avon to take care of business. But again, I think this game will be closer than people think.
Let me move down. Number 8, Hitchcock-Tulare, taking on number 9, Lemon-McIntosh.
Hitchcock by a mile.
Number 4, DeSmet, and number 13, Colombe.
Colombe will bring the wood, but DeSmet will just out-finesse them.
Yep, I think so, too. Number 5, Harriet-Selby area, and number 12, Gayville-Vollen.
See, I think this is a scary matchup here. Gayville-Vollen at 2-6 is going to put up a pretty good test against Harriet-Selby area.
They put up points this year, too.
Right. And Harriet-Selby area lost a lot of guys, and their schedule wasn't very difficult either. Lost 2 games, but
they played 9 games.
Yeah, you can do that if you.
Interesting.
Yeah, that may help themselves get up into the 5 spot. Anyways,
move down to the now bottom side of the bracket. Number 2, Faulkton area host number brain fart 15, Jones County.
Yeah, I have Faulkland area winning my 9B bracket. But that's just based off of who I feel like is going to win. Who knows, though?
Number 7, Sully Buttes host number 10, Kadoka area, both 3-5.
I have Kadoka area winning this football game. Did they play in the regular season, Cole? Can you confirm or not? You'd think they would have.
Sully Buttes and who did you say? Kadoka? Sully Buttes. No, they did not.
Okay. Did they have any like opponents?
Yes, they both played Lyman. Sully Buttes won by 30. Kadoka lost by 2.
I have Sully Buttes now. I changed my pick.
What is that noise? What is making that noise? It just got really bad all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah, like real bad.
I'm not fidgeting with anything.
And now it just quit. I don't understand it. I didn't touch anything. You didn't touch anything.
No, I wasn't. I was just sitting here.
This studio is haunted by Heath Nimke. I have no idea.
That'd be unideal. Anyways.
I have no idea. Number 3, Corsica Stickney hosts number 14, New Underwood.
I think Corsica Stickney will take care of business here, but New Underwood will keep it decently close.
And what Ryan Deal with 605 Sports is calling the most intriguing first-round matchup, Del Rapids St. Mary's playing host to Potter County.
Yeah. I don't know. Ryan says a lot of stuff, but I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think this will be a pretty decent game. I think St. Mary's will take care of business, but Potter County is no slough. They are always good up in Gettysburg.
Yep, they are. So if you had to pick one team to win it all, who would you say?
Right now, I like Faulkton area, and then I also am a big fan of DeSmet in the top side of the bracket. Avon not going to be too happy to have DeSmet on their side of the bracket. Cole, what about yourself?
I was thinking kind of similar, but DeSmet burned me last week when I picked them. So I was thinking, Harriet Selby, like you said, is down this year, but I think Fulton. I think if I had to pick one, it'd be Fulton. They got one loss. That's to a very good Warner squad.
Very good Warner squad.
Out of 9A. They lost to them by a touchdown, so.
Goes to tell you there.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the 9A portion of the South Dakota High School Activities Association's football playoffs. The number 1 seed, the Warner Monarchs, taking on the Coleman Egan Hawks. And to think there for a second. Warner 8-0, Coleman Egan 2-6. Cole, here, who do you got?
Warner, they're going to be a very scary team to run into this playoffs.
Yeah, I think Warner's going to take care of business here as well. Number 8, Lyman. Number 9, Castlewood. This should be a pretty decent one, the 8-9 matchup. Cole?
Should be.
Who do you got?
I think linemen, they've played not great opponents, but decent. Castlewood 4-4. They've played they got 4 tough losses against 4 really good teams. DeSmit, St. Mary, Warner, Hamlin were their 4 losses.
Yeah, so, these two teams battle-tested for sure. I do have Lyman winning this game, but I would not be surprised to see Castlewood win the game. Castlewood is always good at performing, and they're one of those schools that even if you think they're out, they're still in. I
concur with that one. We can move down. You want to keep moving down?
Yeah, number 4, Canastota, and number 13, Centerville. I think this game will be a little bit better than people think, but I think Canastota will take care of business like they're supposed to. Did they play this year, Cole?
No, they did not.
Common opponents?
They both played Irene Wakanda. Canastota 55, Centerville won by 2.
I have Canastota.
Yeah, I think so too. They're coming off a loss. They're going to bounce back pretty big, I think.
Harding County and Gregory to round out the top side of the bracket. Cole, who do you got?
Again, Ryan Deal, 605 Sports, calling this the most intriguing first-round matchup. Gregory had a lot of praise early in the season. The preseason, they were pretty much the favorite to win it preseason.
They were, but again, the media just picks last year's champions.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how the preseason goes. Harding County Bison, they're tough up there.
They are. They are for sure, but I think Harding County will take care of business. I don't find this to be that intriguing. Gregory will play pretty hard-nosed football, though.
This basically just says they represent 2 of the most dominant West River programs in state history. They've combined for multiple state championship appearances and regularly produce college football prospects, separated by 350 miles. So, I think still Harding County Bison runs away with this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Next one, Alcester Hudson, 8-0 versus number 15, Burke. Cole, who do you got?
Alcester Hudson's a really good team. I think they're going to be a force to reckon with in this bracket.
If I had to choose, if I could go to that semifinal in 9A, I would want to do that because I think you're going to see 2 undefeated teams in that one. Dubrook area and Esteline Hendricks at the 7-10 slot. Cole, who do you got?
I think Dubrook pulls this one out, touchdown or 2.
Yeah, I think Dubrook's a little bit better than people give them credit for, being the 7 seed. They're going to have a good chance to win 2 games if they do, a couple things right, Cole.
What is possibly making that noise? I am so confused and frustrated by what that is.
I'm not even. My hands haven't moved in 10 minutes.
I'm not touching anything, and you're not touching anything, and it's bad.
I don't know.
Dubrook's 3 losses, what I was going to say. A 9-point loss to Elkton Lake Benton, who's good. An 8-point loss to Canastota, who's good. And a 2-point loss to Del Rapids St. Mary, who's pretty good.
Yeah, Dubrook's no slough with their 3 losses. I think that's a sleeper team here in Class 9. I think they could win 2 games without question.
Yeah, I think so too.
Phillip at the 8 spot, or through the 3 slot, they're taking on Timber Lake. Phillip's really, really good.
Yep.
They're really good. They beat Wall to start the season, Cole.
But that's about the only decent team they've played.
Yeah, and that helped them out.
So take that with a grain of salt, I guess, but they're really good up there.
Yes, they are, and the Scotties looking to make a little bit of a run here after being on a lower stretch for a long time. Let's just say that. So I have the Scotties taking this one. I think this is the most intriguing matchup in Class 9A. The Woolsey Washington Warbirds in the Chester Flyers, the 6-11 matchup. That one, 6 p.m. Central Time in Woolsey, South Dakota. Cole, this is going to be a good game. Two teams that are extremely fast, and I think this is the chance for Chester to pull an upset.
I think so, too. I mean, this is their best chance. Both teams, like you said, very fast. Both 4-4. They've played 4 very tough opponents and taken 4 losses. I mean, if you're going to pick an upset, if you can call it 6-11, I guess you can call it an upset, but they're both 4-4. I think Chester would be the team to pick if you want to pick an upset for round 1. I think I'm going to go with them. Pick the upset. Why not?
I think so, too.
Because I'm on such a heater with my picks this week that every team I pick has a curse on them
You're
right
like
now.
You're like the Drake. Is it Drake or who?
Yeah, Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Who?
Yeah.
That's no good. Anyways, that rounds out Class 9A.
No good.
And let's go to Class 9 AA. And this one, very odd, the placement of these teams. You got a team in Parkston at the 1 seed who quite simply is the best team in Class 9A, or AA. They're 8-0. They take on Viborg Hurley 3-5. Did they play this year? I think they did, didn't they?
No, they did not.
Didn't. Okay. Well, anyways, I have Parkston.
Yeah, I have Parkston.
Leola Frederick and Hanson. Hanson 6-2, the 9 seed. Now that's nuts. They happen to take on the Leola Frederick Titans, and I think Hanson's pretty happy with their first round draw, but they're not happy what side of the bracket they're on.
No, I mean this just does not make a whole lot of sense how they ended up with lower seed points than Leola Frederick. But I guess that's why I don't know much, and other people know more.
Darn right.
Hanson's going to win this one, I believe.
Yeah, they're a lot of people have Hanson as their sleeper team across the state, but they got to get past Parkston in the second round. That'll be tough.
Very tough.
For sure. The bottom side of the top of the bracket, if you know what I'm saying, the Hamlin Chargers, who've dealt with some injuries, are taking on the Bonhomme Cavaliers and Cole. This one is upset alert for me. I don't know what Ryan says. This is what game is the game to watch, but this is the game to watch.
Let me scroll through here. I don't believe he does not have. It's not the most intriguing matchup according to him.
What's his most intriguing matchup? Probably what? Wall, Kimball, White Lake?
Nope.
Stanley County, Freeman?
Hang on a second.
Come on.
Nope.
What? What's he got?
The 7-10. We'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
That's the 7-10.
I said that.
You did?
I said Stanley County, Freeman.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. Anyways, I actually have Bonhomme winning this game.
Yeah.
Late. I think Hamlin's lost a lot of firepower as far as injuries go. Cole, who do you got?
I had no idea about their injuries. I thought Hamlin's going to walk away with it, but
no. Their one loss. Who did their one loss come to?
Warner.
And then they haven't played anybody too great.
Well, that's not doing anything to it.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Anyways, bottom side of the bracket, Platte Geddes 7-1. An absolute, I'm not going to say cakewalk of a schedule, but compared to others, 7-1. They take on Great Plains Luther in a draw that they're happy with. They should get past them.
Yeah, I think they're very happy with this draw. And I think they're very happy with the side of the bracket they're on.
Absolutely. Platte Geddes looking to win 2 games for sure. The bottom side of the top side of the bottom of the bracket.
The bottom side of the top side of the bottom bracket. There you go, Charlie.
There you go. Stanley County takes on the Marion Freeman Academy. What are they, the Bearcats?
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Phoenix. And I don't know. I mean, Stanley County should win the game, but who knows?
Are you messing with something over there right now?
Does that do something?
Yes, that's terrible.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How is it now?
Now it's fine.
How is it now?
It's not good. It's trying. It's thinking about it.
Wait, did I just figure it out?
What is it? Is it your computer?
Did it go away?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're just going to do it again. Just, create it.
Nope. Nothing.
What?
This makes no... I don't understand what is going on right now. I don't know. I am so puzzled.
What?
I don't know what this could possibly be.
No, I don't either. Anyways, let's just keep on moving.
We got to get moving.
Yeah,
most intriguing matchup, according to Ryan Deal, 605 Sports. Stanley County, their best season since 2016 when it advanced to the semifinals. They got a big win against DeSmet, and their only loss was to Bonhomme 28-22. Phoenix, they lost to Howard and Korska-Stickney, but they beat the number 1 seed in 9B Avon. Should be a pretty good game.
Stanley County. Anyways, the 3-14 Howard and Ipswich. I have Howard by a mile.
Yep.
And the 6-11 Elkton Lake Benton, Britton Heckle. I have Elkton after last week's deal. I think Elkton's legit.
Elkton's very, very legit.
Let's move on. Really.
We never picked who's going to win. Who do you think is going to win 9A?
Who do you got?
I mean, Warner's really good.
Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot Warner.
9AA?
I want to say, obviously, Hanson, but I do think Parkson will win it.
I think Elkton Lake Benton makes a run to the Dome because they've got that kind of squad, but I think Parkston, if they can avoid any upsets early, a.k.a. round 2, then I think they'll be good.
Absolutely.
11 Bois.
Let's go to 11 Bois quick. Winner, Parker, first round. Winner's happy with that. Winner takes it.
Yes. Winner wins by about 3 touchdowns because I know just run the ball out.
This is the game. This is the game that I want to go to. The 8 and 9 Wagner and Aberdeen Roncalli. 2 teams that what?
2 interesting squads.
Both 6 and 2 at the 8 and 9 respectively. I have Wagner winning this game, but I would not be surprised to see Roncalli take it as well.
Yeah, I think Wagner takes it. 2 tough losses. They really didn't play anybody other than those 2 tough losses, I guess. But they got a decent squad down there, 6 and 2. So
absolutely,
I think the Red Raiders win.
The game that I'm doing, so I won't be voicing my opinion. The Elk Point Jefferson Huskies in the Groton area. Are they the Bearcats?
Oh, they're the Tigers.
Tigers, there you go.
Yeah, Tigers. Elk Point Jefferson, I'm going to voice my opinion on it because, you know me, I love to voice my opinion.
I know.
Elk Point Jefferson by about 27 points.
We'll see if that's the case. Tri-Valley takes number 12 St. Thomas More, the 5-12. Easily the most intriguing matchup. St. Thomas More 4-4. Who'd their losses come to? Cole Wallout pick. I have Tri-Valley winning it. Tri-Valley has been battle-tested.
St. Thomas More lost to Spearfish, Hot Springs, Sturgis Brown, and Del Rapids. Tri-Valley lost to Winter, West Central, and EPJ. Tri-Valley by 2 scores.
Yeah, I concur. And the now bottom side of the bracket, the 215 duel takes on Webster area. This will be so much closer than you guys think.
Yeah, don't let the number 2 seed fool you.
Yeah, that's all I got. Duel will win the game, but
yeah, it'll be close though. It will be close.
And this was a game we alluded to earlier in the show. Woonsocket Weston and Springs Sanborn Central Blackhawks and the Rapid City Christian Comets. Rapid City Christian went to Weston and Springs last week, and they're going to go get back on the bus and go to Weston and Springs tomorrow again, back-to-back weeks. The Comets beat them last week. I got the Comets again this week.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they played in some bad passing weather last week, and they were able to manage a 7-0 victory. This week, they got some good passing weather. They're going to want to chuck the ball downfield. Rapid City Christian by more than 7 points, I think. They're going to, if they win 8-0, then they win 8-0.
However, it is hard to beat a team twice, especially in back-to-back weeks.
Especially at their place, back-to-back weeks, because they're going to pack that place.
They will.
Playoff football up in Western Springs
it means something.
Yeah, it's different up there.
For sure. And the team that everyone's scared to play, the 3 seed somehow, the Sioux Valley Cossacks and the Mount Vernon Plankington Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, Sioux Valley should blow the doors off them.
Should. MVP was tied for 17th going into Week 8. They lose by 40-something to Winter.
It helps them out.
And they move up 4 spots.
Yep. And
so I don't know.
I think Sioux Valley will take it.
Sioux Valley is a tough team.
They are. They're big.
They're huge. I mean, I've heard some reports that they aren't very tough. I mean, they're huge, but they're not tough. But I don't know. I think they're scary out of 11B.
I think so, too. And the team that is equally scary, the Hot Springs Bison.
Yes.
and the Bridgewater Emory Ethan Seahawks. I mean, there's some good games across the state. I think this is one of them.
I think this is going to be a very good game. Ryan Deal, 605 Sports, alluded to it last week. Deja vu in the 11B opener last year. Hot Springs upset. I believe it was an upset, wasn't it, last year? Bridgewater Emory?
Yes.
Even though they traveled out there, I think 45-6 was the final score of that one.
I think this might be similar. I think Hot Springs is really, really good. I think Hot Springs will do something similar. Cole, who's your pick to win Class 11B?
I think 11B right now.
One team only.
One team and one team only. Well, depends on how weird I want to get with it. I've been really high on Sioux Valley all year. I think between Sioux Valley and Hot Springs, they're going to come out of that bottom bracket, and they're probably going to play winner in the Dome. And I don't know. I just really don't want to pick winner.
Same. No, I have Sioux Valley here. I think whoever wins the Sioux Valley Hot Springs game. Yeah, we appreciate you texting in. The phone lines are currently unavailable because we're not sure why.
They broke.
I just got a text call about the phone lines. We're working on that. Hopefully they're back next week. If you would like to send a text in, really quick, we have 8 minutes left in the show. 605-999-0342. Cole, what's up?
I don't know. You must be something's going on over there. Our audio's just got really bad again.
Is it bad now?
No, now it quit.
What about now?
See, now it's fine still. I don't understand what's going on.
I don't get it either.
I'm going to ask Tavin and Adam in the nosebleeds up next on KAOR following us. I'm going to ask him if he has these issues.
All right.
We're also going to sort out the headphone issue because we got headphones everywhere, and 2 of them aren't even plugged in.
No. They can figure that out. Anyways, I have Sioux Valley winning this thing. I really hope it is Sioux Valley and winner in the Dome.
Yep.
Or EPJ. Sioux Valley EPJ in the Dome would be nice.
Yeah, I think one of the two.
But EPJ will have to go to winner, and all signs are pointing that I'm going to call that game in winner in the semis. Unless Hanson makes a semi somehow, then I go to that. But
yeah.
Anyways, that's all we have on high school football. Cole, we have 7 minutes left to get to our picks of the week, unless you have anything else.
I don't have anything else. Let's roll with it. We can end early if we want to.
Can.
I mean, we did some pretty good work considering that we didn't know what was going on for the first half of the show. And
we still don't know what's going on.
That is true. Picks of the week, here are our standings. Charlie has taken an overwhelming lead at 12-7-1. He got 2-1 last week. He had Pier over T, UNC over Miami minus a couple points, and you took the Bears plus 2.5, and that lost. But I think you're pretty happy that one lost.
I am.
I am on a historic run. I believe at one point I was 10-3. I am now 11-12.
You might as well just chalk all your games this week up to losses.
I might as well. I had DeSmet over Elgin Lake Benton. That was a 14-2 loss. I had USC plus the points against Notre Dame. That one, the score I put on there isn't accurate, but I don't care what it was. And I had the 49ers minus 7. I mean, that all lost. I'm 0-3. Like I said, I'm 1 for my last 12. Here are my picks. They're all going to lose, so don't pick them. Number 6, Hot Springs, 7-1 over number 11, Bridgewater Emory.
Hot Springs is shivering in their shoes right now.
I probably just jinxed it. Hot Springs, if you lose, I apologize. What's your high school pick here, Charlie?
Well, here's the deal, Cole. I think, and we talked about it, I think Rapid City Christian is going to go back to Woonsocket, and they're going to score more points than they did in their first run. And I think the Comets are going to defeat the Blackhawks in back-to-back weeks, Cole.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I didn't pick it because it's going to be too close for my liking. But yeah, like we just said, I think I agree with you. College picks, we both have the same college pick.
And we happen to. I didn't even look to see if your college pick was in there.
It is now. Penn State against the Ohio State Buckeyes, Big Ten football. I can't say that. I'm going to go to that in a second.
Isn't Game Day going there?
Yeah, Game Day is going there this week down in Columbus. Penn State traveling to the Horseshoe, plus 4.5. They're a scary team, Charlie. I mean, both these teams are, but Penn State's scary.
Yeah, this is has a lot of playoff implications. I mean, this wouldn't mean anything if it was a 12-team playoff, but
right.
What this says is who's going to win was the Big Ten West.
I think they're in the East.
Oh, Big Ten East. Yeah, this will decide the Big Ten East pretty much. So who will go play in the Big Ten Championship, which commonly gets you into the CFP. So yeah, that's how that'll end up. And another thing we didn't talk about: the Iowa Hawkeyes. I mean, they're not scoring points, but their defense is crazy.
Yeah, they're on a historic pace right now. I was going to say Big Ten football at its finest. Minnesota at Iowa. The over-under is 31. 31 points. The Washington-Oregon over-under, who, by the way, both teams are joining the Big Ten next year. No, not next year. The year following.
No, I'm pretty sure it's next year.
Next year? Are they? Okay, whatever. Anyway, their over-under was like 67, and they still blew that out of the water. 31 would be the lowest over-under in history. You want to know what the second lowest would be?
What's that?
The Iowa-Minnesota game last year, where it was 32. You can't make that up. That is Big Ten football at its finest.
That is awesome.
Iowa has zero offense and a really good defense.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something in itself. Cole,
Yeah,
let's get into our pro picks and get out of here.
I agree. I'm going to start with mine. The Detroit Lions. What?
What? I'm just kidding.
Okay, the Detroit Lions, traveling to Baltimore, I believe, are 3-point underdogs. I mean, I think I just fell right into the trap.
It is tough to go to Baltimore.
I'm taking them plus 3. Yeah, it is. Maybe it's one of those deals where it's probably a pick 'em, but Baltimore's getting the 3 points because of home field advantage. I mean, we don't see that very much in the NFL anymore because, I mean, most stadiums aren't really home field advantage anymore unless you're like in Lambeau or Kansas City. Or Minnesota, I guess. I mean, that's pretty cool.
We have some requests about the phone lines, and I'll say it again. The phone lines are not working today, unfortunately. We're dealing with some technical issues here in the studio.
And by we mean somebody else.
Yeah, not us. I mean, we know how to run the phones.
We don't know how to fix it.
We know how to run the phones. We don't know how to fix the phones. We tinkered with it as much as we could.
Yeah.
But, anyways, phone lines not working this week. Hopefully next week we can get that ironed out. Hopefully next week we're talking about College game day for an hour straight. Anyways.
I would not mind that one bit.
My college pick of the week, or not my college pick, my pro pick of the week, the Jacksonville Jaguars +1 over the New Orleans Saints. Cole, that rounds it out pretty much. I'm not sure if you're playing music right now or what you got going on.
I got a little bit of music playing.
But
closing time.
Perfect. That'll work out. Cole, I appreciate you sticking with me for an hour today, or 58
Absolutely.
minutes. And let's go find something to eat, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, if you listen to last week's, or if you listen to one of our volleyball broadcasts, you know exactly where we're going right now. But
we'll make you listen to our other episodes.
Yep. But again, Twitter @CharCole Sports. Keep all that updated. Podcastable, Apple Podcast, Spotify as well. Just look up the CharCole Sports Show. Charlie, anything else before we leave?
I don't think so. Go watch some high school football tomorrow night across the state of South Dakota. South Dakota high school football on Thursday this week, guys, not Friday.
Thursday.
So go watch it, and then, take Friday as your sleeping in or your go to sleep early day, and then go pheasant hunting on Saturday. That's how it's going to go here.
Yep.
The pheasant opener here on Saturday. So it should be a fun weekend. We appreciate you sticking with us this Wednesday night for the 9th edition of the CharCole Sports Show on KAOR 91.1 Vermilion.